Hackers into 2 counties' computer networks from a single line that was tucked into Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report. Well, now those lawmakers are working to make sure that does not happen again, unveiling new legislation. Our Washington Bureau reporter Samantha-Jo has been tracking this story for us with exactly what this bill would do. All right, Samantha-Jo, Republicans and Democrats alike weren't happy with how there wasn't any light shed on what had happened here. So what do they plan to do about it?
Well, Holly, this bill would require the Department of Homeland Security to notify state and local officials, certain members of Congress, as well as voters personally impacted by election system breaches. Now, Representatives Michael Waltz and Stephanie Murphy, who both have a background in military national security, are sponsoring this bill, along with 13 other members from the Florida delegation. Now, Waltz and Murphy really have been leading the charge on this effort. They were the two who demanded a classified briefing from the FBI after learning about the breaches in Florida's election systems from the Mueller report. Now, the goal of this legislation is to ensure that there is proper notification and communication between the appropriate state, local, and federal government agencies when an unauthorized intrusion happens. Now, there is a narrow exception to this notification if federal officials believe disclosing information would compromise national security. Now, lawmakers say they need to be notified about the situation like the one that played out in 2016 to ensure that they better respond to these threats in the future.
What I'm looking at from my perspective is how is the intelligence community, how is the Department of Defense, how is the FBI and Homeland Security all working together to make sure that we have the appropriate intelligence, to make sure that we have the appropriate defenses at a federal level, and then to make sure that those are communicated down to the counties and the states, and if there's some type of breach, that Congress is notified.
I think it's incredibly important for members of Congress, state and local officials, as well as the voting public, to know when an election hack has happened. We need to know so that we can respond and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Now, this bill has been in the works for a few months now. Members in the Senate from both sides of the aisle are considering introducing a companion bill in the upper chamber that is expected to be released in the near future. We're live in Washington this afternoon. Samantha-Jo, Spectrum, BN9.
All right, Samantha, thank you. And Governor DeSantis has also ordered a top-to-bottom review of election security in all 67 counties. 12:03